And now at 5:30, more now on the top story of the day, the indictments and the guilty plea in connection with the Russia investigation.
CBS News correspondent Paula Reed was at the courthouse all day today. And Paula, you've been working this story since word first broke on Friday night that the indictments were coming down. And now that the federal cases for 3 defendants are laid out, what do you make of the charges against Paul Manafort and Rick Gates?
Well, this is certainly the most significant development in the special counsel's probe so far. And it was fascinating today to see how this all unfolded, because clearly this leaked on Friday. That gave the media about 2 days to get in place to figure out all the different ways to stake out these people. And Manafort turned himself in to the FBI, had to parade in front of cameras. The special counsel took an unusual step of issuing this press release with the indictment. And just about as we sort of digested all of those salacious details from the first set of indictments, we got news out of Chicago that the special counsel has reached a plea deal with a witness who apparently has agreed to cooperate and share what he knows about contacts between the Trump campaign and Russian officials.
So where do we go from here, Paula? I think a lot of people trying to wrap their head around today's developments and wondering how this ties to the White House, the president, if at all. What do you see? How do you see this playing out?
The grand jury's investigation will continue. Robert Mueller and the prosecutorial team that he has assembled, they will continue to bring witnesses and other evidence before this grand jury to assess all the other questions that they are looking at. Remember, they're also assessing this question of obstruction of justice and James Comey's firing. They're also looking at former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn, in addition to this overall question about potential collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. So by no means is this the end or the culmination of this investigation. It's still in its early stage. Sources close to the investigation tell me this is something that could take years. We expect it to go well into next year, and this is just the initial phase as Mueller tries to put the heat on people to cooperate. And we see today there's some people he's really turning the heat up on, Paul Manafort and his associate Richard Gates. And then you also have another person in Chicago where it's worked. He's got a cooperating witness already.
And so let's talk about the collusion part of it, because the president and the White House have said over and over there's no evidence of collusion. But now we do know about George Papadopoulos, his contact with the Russians. Is that collusion, and how big of a problem is this for the president?
Certainly not at the stage of collusion right now or any sort of conspiracy, which would be the legal charge. In the indictment, what is alleged, it does raise questions about the possibility that Mr. Papadopoulos was trying to arrange meetings between the campaign and either Russian officials or people who had ties to Russian officials who potentially had some of Secretary Clinton's emails. But it's certainly, that is not enough to prove any sort of conspiracy or collusion or even cooperation. But it raises the question about what else Mr. Papadopoulos knows and who else might have been involved in these conversations. And if he can help the special counsel find those people, and as long as their stories all line up, it could be okay for the Trump campaign. But if their stories do not line up, if their stories do not match, if someone else lied to the FBI, that's a very easy way for the FBI to get leverage over another person, get them to cooperate, and it continues.
All right, Paula, thank you very much for joining us.
And look for much more on the Russia investigation indictments tonight on the CBS Evening News at 6:30 after the CBS 4 News at 6.